Emily, yesterday I said my teacher, I told him I am absent today, and he laughed. Why did that sound wrong to him?
That's a perfect confusion, John, because say and tell look similar, but using them incorrectly can completely change meaning and sound unnatural.
Wait, really? I thought both words simply mean to speak something, so I just used whichever felt right in the moment.
That's exactly what most learners do, John, but today we're going to fix this confusion forever with clear rules, real-life examples, and easy tricks.
That sounds exciting, Emily, because honestly, I always get confused when to use say and when to use tell in conversations.
Don't worry, John. By the end of this video, you will not only understand the difference, but also start using them confidently in daily English.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's begin from the basics, so even beginners watching this can understand everything clearly.
Perfect, John. Let's start with the simplest idea. Both say and tell are used when we talk about speaking, but their usage structure is different.
So, Emily, what is the main difference between say and tell that I should remember first?
The easiest role is this, John. Say focuses on the words spoken, while tell focuses on the person receiving the information.
That sounds interesting, but can you explain it with a simple example so I can understand it clearly?
Of course, John. For example, you can say, she said something funny, but when using tell, you must include the person, like, she told me something funny.
Oh, so with tell, I must always mention the person, like me, him, her, or them, right?
Exactly, John. That is the golden rule. Tell is always followed by a person, but say usually is not.
Wait, Emily, so my sentence, I told him I am absent today, is correct, right? Or is there still something wrong in it?
Good question, John. That sentence is actually correct grammatically, but the tense might need adjustment depending on the situation you're talking about.
Oh, I see. So the problem was not tell, but maybe how I used the tense or context of the sentence.
Exactly, John. Many learners think the mistake is say versus tell, but sometimes the issue is tense, structure, or context.
Can you give me some real-life examples, Emily? Because I want to use these words correctly in my daily conversations with friends and teachers.
Sure, John. Imagine you are talking about a movie. You can say, he said the movie was amazing, but if you include the listener, you say, he told me the movie was amazing.
That makes it so clear, Emily. Say focuses on what was spoken, and tell focuses on who received the message.
Exactly, John. Another example, she said she is tired, but she told her mother she is tired. See the difference clearly?
This is starting to make sense now, Emily, but is there any quick trick I can remember during conversations to avoid mistakes?
Yes, John. Here is a simple trick. If your sentence includes a person, like me or him, then use tell. If not, use say.
That sounds super easy to remember. I think this trick will really help me while speaking English quickly.
Exactly, John. Simple tricks like this can boost your confidence and make your English sound more natural and correct.
Emily, I feel like I'm understanding this, but I still feel there are many more situations where I might get confused.
You're absolutely right, John. In the next part, we will explore special cases, common expressions, and mistakes that even advanced learners make.
That sounds exciting because I want to sound fluent and natural, not just correct.
Perfect, John. Stay with us because the next part will truly level up your English skills.
Emily, the trick you shared earlier about tell needing a person really helped me, but I still feel slightly unsure in some situations.
That's completely normal, John, because now we're moving into slightly deeper usage where many learners make small but important mistakes.
I'm ready to learn, Emily, because I want to avoid those mistakes and speak English more naturally in real-life conversations.
Great attitude, John. Let's now explore some common expressions and patterns where say and tell behave differently.
Emily, are there some fixed phrases where we must always use tell and not say at all?
Yes, John, there are several expressions where only tell is correct, and using say would sound completely unnatural or incorrect.
That sounds important. Can you give me some examples so I can remember them easily?
Sure, John. We always say tell the truth, tell a lie, tell a story, and tell someone the time.
Oh, so I cannot say the truth or say a story. That sounds a bit strange now that I hear it.
Exactly, John. Native speakers always use tell in these cases, so learning these expressions will make your English sound more natural.
Okay, Emily, so what about say? Are there fixed expressions where we must use say only?
Yes, John. For example, we say something, say hello, say sorry, and say a few words.
Wait, I usually say tell sorry sometimes. Is that wrong?
Yes, John, that is a very common mistake. We always say sorry, not tell sorry.
That's interesting, Emily. I didn't realize such small differences could make big impact.
Let me correct a small thing in your sentence, John. You said, I didn't realize such small differences could make big impact.
Oh, yes, I forgot the article there. It should be make a big impact, right?
Exactly, John. Adding a makes your sentence grammatically complete and more natural.
Emily, I have another doubt. Can we ever use say with a person, like say to someone?
Great question, John. Yes, you can say to someone, but it is less common and slightly more formal compared to tell someone.
Can you give me an example so I can understand the difference clearly?
Sure, John. You can say, I said to him that I was busy, but most people prefer saying I told him that I was busy.
So both are correct, but tell sounds more natural in everyday conversation.
Exactly, John. Native speakers usually prefer tell when mentioning a person directly.
Let me try an example, Emily. If I want to talk about my friend, I can say, she told me a secret yesterday.
Perfect, John. That sentence is absolutely correct because you included the person me after tell.
And if I remove the person, I should say, she said something interesting yesterday, right?
Exactly, John. You're understanding this beautifully now, and your confidence is clearly improving. Let me give you a quick challenge, John. Which sentence is correct? He told hello to me or he said hello to me?
I think it should be he said hello to me, because say hello is a fixed expression.
Excellent, John. That's absolutely correct. And this shows you're already applying what you learned.
Emily, this is getting really interesting, but I feel like there are still some tricky situations left to learn.
You're right, John. In the next part, we will explore advanced usage, reported speech, and some confusing cases that even fluent speakers sometimes mix up.
That sounds exciting because I want to master this topic completely, not just understand the basics.
Perfect, John. Stay with us because the next part will truly level up your English skills.
Emily, I feel much more confident now, but sometimes I hear people using said that and told that, and it confuses me again.
That's a great observation, John, because now we're entering one of the most important areas, reported speech, where many learners make mistakes.
Reported speech sounds a bit advanced, Emily, but I'm ready to learn if you explained it in a simple way.
Don't worry, John. I'll make it easy and practical so you can use it immediately in your daily conversations.
So, Emily, what exactly is reported speech, and how is it connected to say and tell?
Reported speech is when you repeat what someone else said, John, without using their exact words. And this is where say and tell are commonly used.
Oh, like when I explained to my friend what my teacher said in class.
Exactly, John. For example, if your teacher says, study hard, you can report it by saying, the teacher told us to study hard.
Emily, I often see sentences like, he said that he was tired. Is that correct?
Yes, John, that is absolutely correct. With say, we often use that to introduce the sentence, like, he said that he was tired.
So can I also say, he told that he was tired?
No, John, that is incorrect. With tell, you must include a person, so you should say, he told me that he was tired.
Oh, now I understand. Tell always needs a person before that, but say does not.
Exactly, John. That's a very important rule to remember in reported speech.
Let me try a real-life example, Emily. If my teacher gives instructions, I can say, the teacher said that we should complete our homework.
Perfect, John. That sentence is correct and sounds natural.
And if I want to include the students, I should say, the teacher told us that we should complete our homework, right?
Exactly, John. You're applying the rule perfectly perfectly, and that's how you improve quickly. Let me highlight a very common mistake, John. Many learners say, "He told me that, where are you going?"
Oh, I think I have made that mistake before. What is wrong with that sentence?
The problem is with the question structure, John. In reported speech, we do not use question format. Instead, we say, "He told me where I was going."
That's interesting, Emily. So the sentence becomes a statement instead of a question.
Exactly, John. That's a key rule in reported speech.
Emily, I want to try correcting a sentence. Is "she said me that she is busy" correct?
Good try, John. But it should be, "She told me that she is busy," or "She said that she is busy."
Oh, I see. I should not use "said me," but "told me" instead.
Exactly, John. That small correction makes your sentence sound natural and correct.
Emily, is there any difference in tone or feeling between say and tell?
Yes, John. Tell often feels more direct and personal because it involves a listener, while say feels more general and focuses on the message.
So if I want to emphasize the person, I should use tell, and if I focus on the message, I should use say.
Exactly, John. That's a very smart way to think about it.
Emily, this is becoming very clear now, but I feel like there are still some tricky exceptions left.
You're absolutely right, John. In the next part, we'll explore confusing cases, idioms, and real-life mistakes that even advanced learners struggle with.
That sounds exciting because I want to avoid even the smallest mistakes in my English.
Perfect, John. Stay with us because the next part will sharpen your understanding even more.
Emily, I feel much more confident now, but sometimes I still hesitate while speaking because I'm afraid of making small mistakes.
That's completely natural, John, because now we're entering tricky situations where even advanced learners pause and think before choosing say or tell.
That sounds important, Emily, because I want to speak smoothly without stopping too much during conversations.
Perfect, John. Let's now explore some confusing situations, idiomatic expressions, and real-life usage patterns that will polish your English.
Emily, what happens when we give commands or instructions? Should we use say or tell in those cases?
Great question, John. When giving commands or instructions, we almost always use tell because it involves directing someone to do something.
Can you give me a clear example so I can understand it properly?
Sure, John. For example, "The teacher told us to open our books" is correct, but "the teacher said us to open our books" is incorrect.
Oh, so whenever there's an action involved, like to do something, we should use tell.
Exactly, John. That's a very useful rule to remember.
Emily, what about giving advice? Should I use say or tell in that situation?
When giving advice, John, we usually use tell because we are guiding a specific person.
So I should say, "My friend told me to study regularly," right?
Exactly, John. That sentence is perfect and sounds very natural.
And if I say, "My friend said me to study regularly," that would be wrong.
Yes, John, that would be incorrect. Always remember, tell someone to do something.
Emily, what if I'm just sharing information, not giving instructions? Should I use say then?
Yes, John. When you are simply sharing information without focusing on the listener, say is usually the better choice.
For example, "He said the meeting is canceled," right?
Exactly, John. That sentence focuses on the information, not the person receiving it.
Emily, are there any idioms or natural phrases that I should remember for exams or daily conversations?
Yes, John. For example, we say "needless to say," "that is to say," and "say no more," which are all common expressions using say.
That sounds interesting. These expressions can make my English sound more natural and advanced, right?
Exactly, John. Using such expressions can really improve your fluency and confidence.
Emily, I want to try a sentence. "He told that he will come tomorrow."
Good attempt, John, but it should be "he said that he will come tomorrow," or "he told me that he will come tomorrow."
Oh, I forgot to include the person again. That mistake keeps happening.
That's okay, John. Mistakes are part of learning, and you are improving step by step.
Yesterday, my mother told me to wake up early, but I ignored her advice and continued sleeping.
That's a perfect real-life example, John. You used "told me to wake up early" correctly.
And I can also say, "She said that waking up early is important," right?
Exactly, John. You're now using both say and tell correctly in different contexts.
Emily, I feel much more confident now. Earlier, I used to guess, but now I actually understand the logic.
That's amazing, John. Understanding the logic is what makes your English strong and long-lasting.
Emily, I think I'm getting really comfortable with this topic, but what about vocabulary? Can we learn words from this lesson too?
Absolutely, John. In the next part, we'll learn powerful vocabulary words taken directly from this lesson, along with meanings and examples.
That sounds exciting because vocabulary will help me express myself even better.
Exactly, John. Stay with us because the next part will boost your word power significantly.
Emily, I'm really excited for this part because learning vocabulary from real lessons helps me remember words much faster and more naturally.
That's absolutely true, John, because when you learn vocabulary in context, your brain connects meaning, usage, and situation together very effectively.
So today, we are going to learn vocabulary words from our say versus tell lesson, right?
Exactly, John, and I'll make sure each word is simple, useful, and easy to apply in your daily English conversations. Our first word is confuse. It means to make someone unable to think clearly or understand something properly.
That's a very useful word because earlier I was confused between say and tell.
Perfect usage, John. You can also say, this grammar rule confuses many beginners. The second word is structure. It refers to the way something is arranged or organized in a sentence.
So when we learned sentence patterns like tell someone something, that is sentence structure, right?
Exactly, John. Understanding structure helps you build correct and meaningful sentences. The third word is natural. It means something that sounds normal and comfortable, like how native speakers speak.
So when you say, this sentence sounds natural, it means it is correct and commonly used.
Yes, John. Speaking naturally is the goal of every English learner. The fourth word is instruction. It means guidance or directions telling someone what to do.
Like when a teacher tells students to complete homework, that is an instruction.
Exactly, John. That's a perfect example. The fifth word is expression. It refers to a phrase or a way of speaking something.
So phrases like say sorry or tell the truth are expressions, right?
Absolutely correct, John. Learning expressions makes your English more fluent. The sixth word is context. It means the situation or background in which something is used.
So choosing between say and tell depends on the context, right?
Exactly, John. Context is very important in English. The seventh word is mistake. It means something that is not correct.
Like saying he told that he is busy is a mistake.
Perfect example, John. And remember, mistakes help us learn. The eighth word is confidence. It means feeling sure about your ability.
I think my confidence is improving after this lesson.
That's wonderful, John. Confidence is key to speaking English fluently. The ninth word is message. It means the information you want to communicate.
So say focuses on the message and tell focuses on the person receiving it.
Exactly, John. That's a very smart connection. The final word is fluent. It means speaking smoothly and easily without hesitation.
My goal is to become fluent in English one day.
And you will, John, if you keep practicing like this consistently.
Emily, this vocabulary section was really helpful because I learned words along with their usage.
That's the best way to learn, John. Always connect vocabulary with real situations.
Emily, I feel like I've learned a lot today, but I'm excited for the final part.
In the last part, John, we will do a complete recap and give viewers a strong motivation to continue learning English every day.
That sounds perfect because I want to remember everything clearly.
Stay with us till the end because the final part will bring everything together beautifully.
Emily, I can honestly say that today's lesson completely changed how I understand say and tell, and I feel much more confident using them.
That makes me really happy, John, because the goal of this lesson was not just to teach rules, but to help you speak naturally and confidently.
Earlier, I used to guess randomly, but now I actually think about structure, context, and whether a person is involved before choosing the word.
That's exactly the transformation every learner needs, John. When you start thinking in English instead of translating, your fluency improves automatically.
Let's quickly revise everything we learned today so our viewers can remember it clearly and use it in real-life conversations.
Yes, Emily, a quick revision will really help fix everything in my mind.
First, remember this golden rule. Tell is always followed by a person, but say usually focuses on the message.
Right, Emily. For example, she told me the news and she said something interesting.
Perfect, John. Second, remember common expressions like tell the truth and say sorry.
Yes, Emily, and I will never say tell sorry again because now I know it is incorrect.
Excellent, John. Third, in reported speech, we use say that and tell someone that.
Like he said that he was tired and he told me that he was tired, right?
Exactly, John. You've understood everything beautifully.
Emily, I feel really motivated now because I can see my improvement clearly, and that makes me want to learn more every day.
That's the spirit, John. Remember, English is not about perfection, it's about progress, and every small step you take matters.
I think many viewers feel the same way, Emily. Sometimes we feel stuck, but lessons like this give us clarity and confidence.
Absolutely, John. If you practice just a little every day, you will see a big difference in your speaking skills over time.
Dear viewers, if you found this lesson helpful, don't stop here. Keep practicing these examples and try using say and tell in your daily conversations.
And remember, learning English is a journey. The more you listen, practice, and apply, the more natural it becomes.
Also, don't be afraid of making mistakes because every mistake is a step closer to improvement.
Exactly, John. Mistakes are not failures. They are powerful learning tools.
If you enjoyed this lesson and want to improve your English step by step, make sure to stay connected with us.
Yes, this is your channel, The Word Lab, where we simplify English and make learning easy, clear, and enjoyable for everyone.
We bring you lessons like this regularly so you can build your confidence and speak English fluently.
So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and join us every day to learn something new and valuable.
Emily, I really enjoyed today's session. It felt like I was not just learning grammar, but actually improving my real-life communication.
That's exactly what we want, John, because language is meant to be used, not just studied.
Thank you so much, Emily, and thank you to all our viewers for learning with us today.
Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and remember, you are improving every single day.
See you in the next lesson on The Word Lab. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking English.